everyone, welcome back to my channel. Adventures with Fibro here. I am a 40-year-old living downtown Toronto with fibromyalgia, PTSD, and now likely asthma. And this is my 10-year-old rescue cat, Chloe. Our start 2 years ago together wasn't that great, but we're doing really good now. Isn't she a cutie? Anyways, I just decided to take you on a typical day in my life. When you have chronic illness, you often have to pivot, and I definitely had to pivot today. There was a lot more resting and naps than I anticipated, but sometimes that's just the way it's going to be. And I think it's really important to see that I'm not always as active as I show. I can do some pretty awesome things. I've run a marathon, hiked the Inca Trail. I like to do epic things like that, but I also need a lot of downtime. And by downtown, I mean downtime. Wow, there's the fibro brain kicking in. Anyways, thank you for being here, and let's get to it. Just going through my typical morning here. Every morning is not the same, but this is generally what happens. Some mornings when I'm feeling a little bit more myself, I do get some movement in. I had planned on going for a run today, but as you will soon see, that did not happen. I unfortunately don't get any direct sunlight into my apartment, but this is a lot more sunlight than I got in my old apartment that I was in for about 12 years. So I'm not that mad about it. I do like to get some fresh air first thing in the morning and take in a few deep breaths. And then we get on to our day, obviously after some snuggles with the queen. We're going to do just a couple of days in my life, which is not that exciting right now because I'm just working. But if you watched my last vlog, you know my dad recently had surgery, so I was in Alberta for just shy of 2 weeks. And while the surgery went well, the recovery for the most part was okay, but there were 2 moments that were kind of harrowing and challenging, and like I need to talk to my therapist about them because they were scary. They were scary moments. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into details. He's okay now, but it was, yeah, there were some scary moments. Saw my mom. For those of you who don't know, my mom is in a home for Alzheimer's, and she is declining faster than I would like, faster probably than anyone would like. She has a hard time putting full sentences together, and a lot of the times the sentences that she says are just nonsensical. But you know, I think it's really important to just kind of like meet her where she is and show her so much love and grace. So that's where we're at there. I also ended up in the ER because I couldn't stop coughing. And I couldn't stop coughing for like 3 months. And it got so bad while I was home that I was throwing up from coughing. And I went, you know what, I have time to deal with this right now. So I spent the day in the ER. I actually, while I was in the ER, I read a book. I basically read the entire book in the ER. I had 50 pages left, so I finished it when I got home. I got the Yes Theory book. If you don't know Yes Theory, I don't know how you're watching me and not Yes Theory, but Yes Theory is a YouTube channel. And this is the book by their previous member, Matt, who was a founding member but has since left the company, just about how they got started. And then a pretty beautiful insight into why he ended up leaving, and just some really beautiful stories were told in here. It's really well written, and I absolutely recommend it if you are a fan of Yes Theory, and if you're not, check them out and then get the book because it's really good. So we think I might have asthma, which would explain a lot. When I first started working out 10 years ago, I really had a hard time catching my breath, and I thought that it was just because I was plus sized or because of my fibromyalgia, and I didn't really think anything of it. No one else in my family has asthma, and I don't know enough about it. I don't necessarily think it's a hereditary thing, but I had no idea. It was never on my radar. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a follow-up appointment with my doctor next week, but because of that, I'm gonna go for a small run today. I was gonna run outside, but it is quite cold. And because I still have a little bit of kind of congestion and I am still coughing a little bit from this most recent kind of, I don't know if I had a cold or if it was just asthma. I genuinely don't know. It was just, but something was going on. I'm gonna run on the treadmill today because like I say, I'm struggling to catch my breath and I want to do some speed work. So we're gonna do that today because I do want to run another marathon, which is stupid, but here we are. So I've been home for 3 days now. I got home Saturday night. Today's Tuesday, so 2 days. I spent all day on Sunday on the couch watching TV. I think I got like 200 steps in. Like I didn't do anything. So I'm finally feeling motivated to get stuff done. I haven't spoken about this, but in September, when I got home from Peru at the end of August, I was expecting to go back to one of my jobs, and then I was told right when I was expecting to be recalled that I wasn't going back until like for another month, which was really heartbreaking and really frustrating from a financial standpoint. At the same time, I had to take some meds right when I got back from Peru that really messed with me. And I ended up being more depressed than I have been in a very, very long time. And I'm very thankful for my antidepressants and my therapist, but like there were some harrowing moments where I was like, you just have to make it through this night, like you could do it. But it was really challenging. It was really challenging getting through September. And I have 2 jobs. I worked the one job, and when I wasn't working that job, I was like laying on the couch just trying to stay alive. Like that's how bad it was. So I am finally starting to feel motivated, which is good. And I'm kind of getting back to life, if that makes sense. So I have a little bit more energy now, and I think the worst of it is over. And yeah, thankfully, because we're going into a really intense period of work for me. So I teach 3.5 days a week, and I work at a theater 3.5 days a week. So there is one day that crosses over. So we are going into Nutcracker season is coming. And when Nutcracker season is in, that means we don't get a day off. I don't get a day off. So it's, yeah, it's coming. She's coming. Yeah. I'm still going to try to show you guys a lot of really beautiful Christmassy things around Toronto though. So I'm going to really try to prioritize that. For now, before I run, I'm just going to take some time to unpack because I haven't done that yet. And I have an air purifier that I bought just because I am in an older building. My neighbors do smoke on the balcony, even though they're not supposed to. So I just want to make sure that, especially if I do have asthma, which I'm 99% sure I do, I want to make sure that the air in my apartment, at the very least, is as clean as possible. Also, I live right downtown Toronto, so it's very polluted. So yeah, I need to set that up. So before we go for a run, we're gonna unpack and set up my air purifier. I have a bit of an opposite day for most people. Most people work like a 9 to 5, very traditional. Obviously, you know, I don't know why I just explained that to you guys. I tend to work in the evenings because I teach music. My first student isn't until 2:45 today, and then I'll teach until 9. So I get a lot of stuff done during the day, and then I go to work in the evening. So yeah, let's unpack. So we unpacked, but now I'm exhausted, which it happens with fibromyalgia. So I wanted to go for a run, but I also know that I have been so exhausted lately. And the last couple of days I've had a massive migraine, like to the point where on Sunday when I was flying home, I was so dizzy, I felt like I was gonna pass out. So the migraine is mostly gone today, which I'm thankful for, but I did not sleep well last night. So I am suddenly feeling incredibly fatigued. So what I'm gonna do is I have time for this. I'm gonna close my eyes for like 20 minutes, just throw on some YouTube, close my eyes, and just kind of rest. Sometimes that really does help reset my body a little bit. I'm not in a ton of pain today. Like, if you don't know, with fibromyalgia, you're always in pain. But one of the big side effects of fibromyalgia, one of the big things that happens with fibromyalgia is extreme exhaustion. And I have lately been having an issue where when I feel energized, I push and I push and I push, and then I've been crashing really hard the next day. I don't want to do that. I pushed pretty hard yesterday. I don't want to crash this week. Thursday in particular is going to be an incredibly long day for me. So I'm going to allow myself 20 to 30 minutes to just close my eyes, and then we'll reset. We'll reassess. We'll see what happens. If I can get in some movement today, I would like to, but we'll see where we land with that after I close my eyes. Yeah, this is the realities of having a chronic illness. Here we go. Whoops. I was supposed to only lay down for half an hour, and now it's an hour and a half later. Yikes. So I now have an hour and a half to get ready for work. So I need to shower and eat and prep supper. So I gotta do that. Yeah. Whoops. Oh well. This is what happens. Sometimes I'll have a shower and then I have to like lie down. This lighting is amazing. And then I'll have to lie down. You have to be able to be a little bit flexible and give yourself grace. I'm gonna start making some rice. I got this new rice when I was in Alberta, actually. That's why I've never made it before. I wanted to tell you guys about an app. Obviously not sponsored, obviously. But I wanted to tell you guys about this app that I've been using. It's called Finch. And because I'm lazy and I've been filming on my phone, I can't show you it, but I'll take some pictures to show you. It is for those millennials out there. It's like a Tamagotchi, if you remember what a Tamagotchi is. But it has a lot of really great mental health resources as well. So I'll insert some pictures, but basically you get a little bird, it's called a burb, and you make lists for your day. And by doing the things on your list, by completing things on your list, you help your burb grow up. So you get to send them on like little adventures and stuff like this. So right now my burb Jared, she's in the rainforest, and it's just, I'm obsessed. It's really been helping me get stuff done, which is kind of crazy, but I love it. I love sending her on her little trips, and you can add friends. My sweet potato is a little bit bad. Here we go. You can, you can encourage other friends who have the app. You can see their little burbs. You can't see what their lists are, which is nice, but you can see their little guys and encourage them and send them love, which I think is really sweet. You can get little micro pets as well by completing things. I have a couple of llamas and a cow, and they also grow up by sending them on more adventures. But it also has mental health resources which I've already used some of them. They have like breathing exercises, and they have like suggestions for just helping you get through your day. And as I've been going through a bit of a rough time, I've actually found it really useful. At the beginning of every day, I go out onto my balcony and I just take 3 deep breaths. And that actually came about just because of the Finch app. One of the suggested things that they had on it was to take 3 deep breaths. And I was like, yes, please, I'm gonna take 3 deep breaths. But I like going on my balcony to do it, so I get a little fresh air. But it's so sweet. You can dress your little bird, and as he or she grows, you can like choose her coloring, and it's just such a cute idea for those of us who need a little extra help or motivation to get things done, especially if we're feeling in a rut. It's something that has really helped me out in the past little while. So I absolutely recommend it. If you do end up downloading it, let me know, and we can be friends, and we can encourage each other and help support each other on our journeys. So I'm just gonna get this rice going, and I'm gonna get this sweet potato going. And while that's happening, I'm gonna get in the shower. I only ever partially dry my hair, just kind of the top it, and then I won't brush it until it's dried more. That makes it go, on a good day, that'll make it go a little wavy. So my biggest meal of the day is actually lunch, because I work in the evenings. Sometimes it can be hard to eat. And so I just made a big plate of, I've got some salad, I've got some roasted sweet potato, and then I made some lentil and mushroom with taco seasoning, a little bit of green salsa, big scoop of guac, and some lactose-free sour cream. I am gluten-free because it affects my fibromyalgia, and I'm dairy-free as much as possible. It is hard to break up with cheese, but I don't bring cheese into the home. I'll only eat cheese if I'm at a restaurant. And I'm vegetarian. Blech. So I just recently changed doctors, and we did a whole, especially because I'm 40, we did a whole blood workup, and apparently like everything's good, but the thing that I'm lacking in is healthy fats. And so she gave them a different name, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but I was low in like oils and avocado, like things like that. And it's actually really healthy for your heart to eat these things, as I know from doing the research that I did. So, it's cholesterol. It's not, yeah, it's good cholesterol, I think is what she called it. I'm low in that because my whole life I heard, you gotta stay away from fats, you gotta stay away from so I don't have a lot of them in my day to day. It's like how people stayed away from salt for so long, but salt's not the enemy. It's actually really healthy for you, especially if you're active. So I've been trying to add some guac into my life because, let's just face it, it's delicious. So this is my lunch. I'm gonna eat really quickly and then head off to work. My day was a mixed bag. It's Tuesday's a great teaching day. I have an online student who's a private student who I teach from BC, and then an adult beginner piano student. 2 sisters that I teach piano to, and then there's a couple of singers that I have come in, and then I have another piano student, and then a piano and voice student, and then another online student. And it's just, yeah, it's all over the place. So I'm gonna pick up a few groceries on my way home, and then hopefully have the energy to get a few small things done when I get home that have been on my list forever that I haven't get done. So let's do it. I get groceries out here close to work because it's cheaper than right downtown where I am. I'm home. It's almost 9 o'clock. Usually I would be teaching until about now. I'm starting to feel dizzy again. I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache again, which has been happening, I think I told you, for the past couple of days. So I'm gonna lay low. I was gonna get a few things done, and I might still do. If I do, I'll bring you along. But honestly, I might just chill, and that's okay. It's really important to remember, especially if you have a chronic illness, but just in general, it's really easy to remember that rest is very important. So I'm gonna watch a little bit of YouTube, and then probably around 10 or 11, I'll crawl into bed and do a little reading before I turn the lights out. So I'll see you then. So I did it. I set up my air purifier, which I am calling Barney. Don't ask. I name everything. Yeah, that's Barney. There he is. I'm going to take the boxes downstairs tomorrow, and my suitcase that I unpacked earlier. I have just some, oh, you can't see me. I have to do my dishes today. Excuse me, and I do need to just go through some mail here that my cat sitter brought in for me. So I'm gonna do that because most of that's gonna end up in the recycling. And I'm just gonna munch a little bit on some popcorn, and then hope to be making my way to bed within an hour. So let's get this organized and taken care of. I try to get my English, Dina. I try to get my dishes done every night. It doesn't always happen, but because I live in a big building, and I'm right beside the garbage disposal, I do have an issue with bugs, which is unfortunate, but factual. So I find if I actually do my dishes every night, there are less bugs. So go figure. I've also been, tell me, have you guys been using mushroom tinctures? I started using the lion's mane one. I'm not genuinely not sure if it's helping with my mental clarity or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm using one turkey something. It is actually really helping with my digestion, so I'm definitely gonna keep going with that one. And I have the reishi one, which you're supposed to take right before bedtime. I might take it tonight and see if it helps. Anyways, I got these from Forage. They're not that expensive. I got the alcohol-free ones. But yeah, it's decent quality from what I understand. But yeah, I'm just curious if you guys have tried them at all to help with fibro things, etc., etc. I'm always willing to try something new, you know? All right, let's organize. You guys got these big bags from like clothing orders and stuff. So we just hold on to those. And some, oh, I had a pap smear recently, so this is just letting me know that I am A-okay so far, which is great. Let's see what we have. No, all of this stuff. I wish we could request no flyers. We can't. It's like not an option in my building. It was at one point, and then the flyers just started coming again. I do, however, love me some World Wildlife Foundation. Their hoodie is really cute. I don't need another hoodie, but their hoodie is really, really cute. I got my mom the the wolf a couple of years ago. Yeah, they're so cute. I do love this stuff. I love buying things for people that are going to actually help the environment or help animals. This is a great Christmas present, actually. If anyone wants to get me a Christmas present, just adopt an animal for me and get me the stuffed animal. That's the way to my heart. Does anyone else watch shows like top to tail? What are you guys watching these days? I am gonna sit here, I'm gonna eat my popcorn, I'm gonna watch some TV. I recently went through all of CSI, and I mean like it took months, but I went through like all of the original CSI. Miami is my favorite, I will say. I love me some Horatio, but it took me forever. So my ex always wanted to watch King of Queens. He really liked that show. I needed to watch it from the very beginning, and he would never let me. He always wanted to like choose an episode. Oh, this is a really good episode, watch this one. But for me, I know there's not a lot of like continuity storyline wise, but for me, I love the way that, you know, characters kind of develop and the actors kind of develop with their characters from the beginning to the end. Is anyone else like that? Like, I never wanted to watch it because I wanted to watch it top to tail, and you just wouldn't want me. So I'm now watching King of Queens. It's because I get home usually between 9 and 10 in the evening. I like usually will, you know, put away my work stuff, do my dishes if I haven't had time to do them yet, and then like have a little snack, have some popcorn, have, you know, finish my dinner if I didn't have time to do that, do a little tidying, but then I just want to sit and I want to veg for a little bit until I go to bed. I'm usually in bed around midnight at the latest, but yeah, let me know what you guys are watching. Like I say, I'm watching King of Queens. I'm slowly going through NCIS. I don't know, I'm at like season 7? Yeah, I'm at season 7. I'm also watching The Challenge. Does anyone else watch The Challenge? If you watch The Challenge, let me know in the comments below, because we need to talk about Johnny Bananas this season. He's driving me crazy. He's driving me crazy. I need to talk to you about The Challenge. It's all I'm saying. And then, of course, like Apple TV stuff. I'm watching like Shrinking, and there's a lot of shows on there that I'm waiting for them to come out, like Severance. I cannot wait. I should actually rewatch that so that I'm ready for when it's coming out, because I think it's coming out soon. I hope. Man, I really like that. And then there's Big Door Prize is also really, really good on Apple TV. I don't have Netflix. I was part of the Great Purge, and I've just, like, out of spite, I haven't paid for it myself. I probably will in like January, February, but going into November, December, they're the busiest months of my life, so I don't want to be paying for it. I'm not going to have that much time to watch that much TV. I also watch a lot of YouTube, so yeah, let me know what your favorite things are to watch. You're watching me on YouTube right now. Who are some of your other favorite like content creators that you watch? I'd love to know. I love me some Chelsea what's her last name? Callahan, Alexis, and I can't think of her last name right now either. I'm failing. But obviously Yes Theory, and then I like to watch certain just like lifestyle vlogs, specifically people living in New York, but also abroad. I find it really fascinating. I love to watch some travel stuff, Kara and Nate, and then like educational stuff, but also of course true crime, like That Chapter and Coffee House Crime are some of my favorites. I find 60 Minutes Australia very good too. I don't know why. I stumbled upon it one day. Anyways, I'm gonna eat my popcorn before it gets cold, and yeah, have a little chill moment. I'm gonna head to bed. I have my mouth guard in, so don't mind me. I also have my foot brace on because girls got plantar fasciitis. I ended up getting plantar fasciitis when I was training for my first marathon, so that was over a year ago. I've been to physiotherapy for it. I've done so many things for it, and it still bothers me, so it's pretty bad. Anyways, like I say, I have my mouth guard in, so forgive me, but I'm gonna read. This is the last of a series by Santo Montefiore. I really like this series. I I don't remember what the series is called, but the Deverell series, something like that. I picked up the first book in an airport and couldn't stop. As soon as another book dropped, I would have to get it. And I actually have read a lot of her books now. Very, very easy chick lit. There's a lot of historical facts and stuff in it, but like really light reads, just really enjoyable. Yeah, she's one of my favorites just for like an easy light read. I'm also reading a book called Turn Right at Machu Picchu. I've mentioned it in a couple of my Peru vlogs. And then I'm also working through a fantasy series called The Magic Kingdom of Landover series. I read the first book of it. I'm not huge into fantasy, but I really do enjoy this series. So yeah, that's what's on the docket for tonight. What time is it? It's almost midnight, so I'm not gonna read very much, probably just a couple of pages and then try to get to sleep. But thanks for spending the day with me. If you've I don't want to end the vlog like this, but if you've made it this far, please comment your favorite book or the books that you're reading right now, and please like and subscribe because the engagement really does help my channel out and the algorithm loves it. So if you like my content, please engage with me and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Make it a great day.